the jam going, yeah. Yeah, rock and roll. The last show of the year. Last show, 2019. Closing it out with my best friend and co-host, Justin Harris. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. What show are we closing out?
Harris County Criminal Lawyers represent to you the reasonable doubt. Sorry, Abraham Watkins' Christmas party was last night.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Actually,
How was that?
I left pretty early. We'd like to. I left pretty early. I left about 8:30, so I was in bed at 8:45. So today we're doing top fives, okay?
Wait, you left at 8:30. What time did you get there?
Like 6:30.
Oh, okay.
You know, it gets all 2 hours.
Okay.
We got there early, leave early. You know, it gets too packed. It gets too packed. Abraham Watkins, Sorrell, friend, Aziz.
Did they? Is that where our former host works?
No, Jimmy Ardoin?
Yeah.
No. Jimmy, no, I don't think so. I don't think he ever
Was it
worked.
Abraham Watkins?
It's an amazing firm with amazing people. They are incredible lawyers, and they throw one heck of a party.
Okay.
Objection non-responsive.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that go.
No, but so today we're doing top fives of the year. Okay, so if you're watching online, if you're watching on Facebook, if you're just kicking it, we're gonna do top
Or if you're
fives.
watching on TV.
Or watching on TV.
That still happens.
We're gonna do top fives today.
And you can call in and add to them.
You can call in at
713 807 713-807-1794.
do it again.
Maybe it'll come up at the bottom. 713-807-1794.
I didn't queue up anything.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. That's my fault.
That's okay.
Okay, tell me the number again.
713-807-1794.
713-807-1794. Jimmy Ardon was such a better host than I am.
No, he's not.
I mean, but he always had it prompted up because I usually prompted it for him.
Great, man.
Yeah, well.
You're doing great.
Okay, top fives. Let's go. Top fives. Let's just go top fives. Worst gripes about the CJC.
Oh, we're going real easy?
Yeah, we're going to start out. We're going to do
easy?
some softballs.
So-
yes. And so I'm following everybody here online too. So
Okay.
I'll be reading your stuff.
So I'll give you them in no particular order. One of them would be the CJC, okay, the building itself. Number 2 would be the CJC, the building itself. Number 3 would be the elevators in the CJC. 4 would be, I don't know, right now, this whole, like, we can't go to the 10th floor and cross over.
That's terrible.
Crap. So if you're on the 8th
terrible.
or 9th floor and you need to go to another misdemeanor court on the 14th floor, you have to go down to the 1st floor, walk over to the other elevators, and go up to the 14th floor. And I know if, like, you don't work in the building, you're probably at home, like, changing the channel right now. Because, like, this is all we have to gripe about is, like, going down the elevator and then back up the elevator. No idea. It can take you, like, 20 minutes to go from one court to another just because you're waiting on elevators.
I don't know if anybody's typing things, but there's a lot of stuff that's going on online as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're watching, type something, and so that way we can talk about the top 5 things you hate about the CJC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beyond mine.
Yeah.
And then I guess my last one's going to be all the locked doors, right? Like,
So top the
some
locked
of the
doors.
lawyers in the building get access to locked doors. Some of the other lawyers in the building don't get access to the locked doors.
I have gotten stuck in the stairwell.
Yeah.
Okay, so early on, remember when we first moved into CJC
In May.
in May? Early on, right?
Wait, you mean back in 2001?
Back in no, CJC this last year, I
1999?
suppose. 2019.
Oh, the third or fourth time we moved back into
Yes.
the CJC. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, this
so
time. Gotcha.
so I'm set for trial,
Such a
right?
great building.
I'm set for trial. I'm about to do this voir dire, and I need somewhere to practice. And so I go in the stairwell, and I go to like the 13th floor.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, the CJC is closed.
Right.
Okay. And
Except for trials.
except for trial. Right. Well, no, it's being remodeled at this point.
Okay.
So it's like when courts 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 were on floors 4 and 5,
Okay.
whatever it was.
Yeah.
So I get on the stairwell and I go up to a court that's being remodeled. And I say, oh, hell yeah. Because if I get caught, it's a criminal trespass. If I don't get caught, I get to practice my voir dire in this awesome courtroom that's being remodeled and there's nothing in there, right?
This was 2 years ago, after the statute of limitations.
Right. Well, it's a hypothetical situation.
Right.
My friend told me this. And so I do my voir dire, and I said, I got it. I'm like, kill it. Yeah, sure. I leave, and I get stuck in the stairwell. And I forget which court it was, but court number so-and-so was like, where's Vela? Where is he? And, you know, I'm late and I can't get there.
Jury's in the hall.
Jury's in the hall, and I'm stuck. And you know, my client's freaking out because I'm not there. The judge is freaking out because I'm not there. The court staff is pissed off because I'm not there. And I have to, eventually I text, and it's another buddy, an attorney friend of mine. I'm like, come to floor 14 because that's the only reentry. Come to floor, and he comes and he can't hear me, and I have to scream. And anyways, I get out. But my number one things I hate about the CJC is the damn stairwells and not being able to access the floors we need as we're running up and down them.
Yep.
Number one.
Yep.
What's your number one? You said 5 of them, but.
He's a top 5.
Well, I agree.
The building itself.
Hey, can somebody chime in and say, like, what's your worst thing you hate about the CJC, please?
Yeah.
The other thing I don't trust.
Are people commenting about other things or just not about that?
No, I think people they're just joining.
This whole Facebook Live thing is new.
We're trying it out.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? What else sucks about the CJC? Whoever's in charge of the darn elevators.
Oh, I got another one. Go.
Okay, these elevators are ridiculous. Commissioner's Court, whoever's in charge of the budget, this is absurd. I don't know if you noticed, but 2 days ago, the line to get in the courthouse was a block. It circled the whole block. Whoever's in charge of that needs to get this thing on wrap and get it done.
You know why the line will back up? Is because the elevators get backed up. So the security people will stop letting people go through security until the elevators clear out a little bit more.
Well,
So it all comes down to the elevators.
It's a pressure cooker in there, man.
Yeah.
It gets bad.
Oh, then yeah, you get people who are stressed. People are like, I'm going to be late for court because judges are revoking bonds, and especially in the district courts. Okay, now I'll go.
Okay, now your turn.
I already said 5, but I'm going to add another one.
Okay.
This really gets me. The random water faucets that have that little awful nozzle on them that just sprays out like pins and needles water that splashes all over your clothes.
Which one?
You know what I'm talking about? Like usually in the back of the courtrooms, the staff only bathrooms, you turn on the faucet and it's like it's got that little thing over the faucet head, so the water comes out like pins and needles, and then when you put your hand under it, it splashes all over your suit. It looks like you said pissed yourself.
Did I say that? Did I say?
You said hell and pissed. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's
just me and the FCC.
It's the 2020s, you know. 2020's around the corner. Okay, well, look, Kate Farrell, what's up? Thank you for replying. She says that there are not signs for which courts are on what floor. So in other words.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so for those who are watching, CJC, civil court, juvenile building, lawyers are running all through, and the courts are switching up days, particularly the felony courts. The misdemeanor courts are set, but they've recently moved. And people are having so much trouble, and lawyers are finding it very difficult, in my opinion, running between courtrooms. You can't figure out if it's court 8 on is that courtroom 2A?
Right.
Or is it court 4, and is that courtroom number 2-1?
Who renumbered the courts? Like, the courts are already numbered.
I heard it was a monkey.
I believe it.
I heard it was a monkey, and it's like 2-4.
I mean, I've had clients, and they're like, I'm on the 14th floor. I'm at 14-4. I'm like, no, you need to be in court 12.
Right.
Well, all I see is 14-1. I'm like, oh yeah, that some moron did that. Just look on the side of the courtroom, not the obvious sign sticking out. Look on the less obvious sign. That's where you find what you're looking for. Yeah, that's a big problem. Good point, Kate.
Okay. What else?
Every day now, I'll get in an elevator on the first floor, and someone like gets in, and they're like, "How do I get to the 14th floor?" And I'm like, "Yeah, go over there." And they're like, "Oh, well, where's court 8. I'm like, no, it's over here. You're on the right elevator.
And
All it takes is a printer. Like, I could do it during the show and print them out and just stick them in the elevator. But
I
you get in
agree.
trouble for putting signs in the elevator.
Agree. Kate Farrell says in 2019, that doesn't, Kate, you're not contributing to the conversation. Kidding, I'm kidding. Okay, top 5 improvements for the CJC. I personally,
We moved out.
we're in the CJC. I'm very happy to have the misdemeanor courts all set up there finally. I'm not happy about the shuffling of the felony courts still. I am happy about the Wi-Fi. Okay, because it used to be something where I used to have to log in every single time. I am happy about the Wi-Fi.
Log in once a morning.
Log in once a morning and it's just set.
Yeah.
What are the faves for you?
I mean, I guess the floors that they've renovated, that new paneling on the walls looks kind of nice right now. The carpets are nice.
You know, so
I mean, we're back in trial swing. I mean, that's very, very valuable.
We are back
I want
in
to add
trial
one thing
swing.
about what really, really sucks, and I think that if County Judge Lena Hidalgo, she probably has taken a tour of all the ins and outs of the CJC, but if she would come over during a docket and watch, especially in a district court with a jail docket, and watch attorneys having to meet their clients for the first time in the holdover cell, that is one of the worst things in that courthouse. If we're really talking about it, is the holdover cell. And having to talk with clients back there and try to build a rapport with somebody you could represent someone for a year and you never get to shake their hand, right?
it is absurd.
It's absolutely ridiculous. And that is something that would take a new building and, really smart designing on a new building. They couldn't fix that, I think, with what they have right now. So things I like. The new paneling is all right. The new carpets look nice. We're back in trial.
Let's talk about trials. Well, what else about CJC? What else about?
What are some positive? You like that you like the.
I like the internet. I like that we're back in trial. I like that we are having jury panels over there every day. I like the fact that cases are finally starting to get tried, at least in my opinion. It's still a massive backlog, okay? Huge backlog that I don't necessarily think it's anyone's fault, but the amount, I think we need like twice as many, I don't know.
I know it's not my fault. I know it's not your fault.
Well, we trying cases.
Yeah, but it's also, I didn't file any of them.
Well, I agree.
I didn't set them on that particular day.
Let's talk about these trials. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up some stats here.
What's your source?
Jeff Ross is my source.
Show me the justice.
Show me the justice. This is Jeff Ross. So it appears. Let's talk about.
You know, there's 2 Jeff Rosses, right?
Yes, I do.
Because there's no way he can keep up with that website as detailed and informative as it is, and also be running his practice the way he is. So there's like a clone. It's like the Prestige, that movie.
For the I've seen Prestige.
Isn't that good?
Yeah, I know. See, you cut the pinky off rather than kill yourself every single time.
Yeah.
It's the lesser, I think. Yeah. So county judges, Judge Lee Wilson supposedly has 29 trials this year.
Really?
I wonder how that stacks up against previous years. It's my understanding that Judge Wilson has been one of the judges who have tried the most cases and a lot of cases. But it's also I have never had anything other than pleasantries with Judge Lee Wilson. I've never had any issue with him. However, while he tries that many cases, he is also the one that we hear in the courthouse with some of the most name being brought up at times. One of the more controversial judges, for example, he's one that I understand routinely does not sign nollies on the day of trial, forces clients to go to trial. This is all hearsay and rumors and stuff about the courthouse.
Well, actually, he has a pretrial order. It's actually pretty good for the defense, in my opinion. It's kind of like a reinterpretation and in some ways a broadening of 2801. So that's why I do think it's pretty good for the defense. But one of the things that it says in there is that dismissals must be filed before the date of trial. And at the bottom, there's a place where there's obligations for the defense and obligations for the prosecution in this pretrial order. It's not a discovery order. It's like a pretrial
Sure.
proceeding order. And we have things we have to do, they have things they have to do, but one of the things they have to do is if they're going to dismiss this case, they got to decide before the day of trial. And number one, I don't think that's an unreasonable thing to expect of the prosecutor. Number two, I do think it's problematic if the state decides they want to dismiss a case at any time, the day of trial, the middle of trial, whatever. I think a judge should not stand in the way of that.
But correct me if I'm wrong. If the state doesn't decide to waive their right to a jury, do they have a right to a jury trial? And two, can they waive it? I mean, if they don't waive it, can you still go to the judge, or does it block you? This is what I'm trying to say. Here's a scenario. Judge doesn't want to sign the nollie. You're seating a jury. That trial's terrible. I mean, it's for the defense.
Okay.
Right? But
the state still wants to dismiss it.
Maybe the state wants to dismiss it for whatever reason they have.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay. Judge says, I'm not signing the nollie, we're seating a jury. At that point, the state can say, look, everybody waives the right to a jury trial. We'll go to the judge. We won't present any evidence. We'll rest. You rest. Call it a day. No evidence. Direct a verdict and/or actually verdict.
Yeah.
However, if they decide to say, you know what, if judge is not going to sign this nollie, we're just going to seat this jury. I would rather have that as a defense attorney, rather have that nollie in my hand and let this client walk out. Now, granted, they won't be eligible for an immediate expunction if a nollie's signed. They won't be, they're going to have to wait certain things to clear their record up. Versus if they get a not guilty or a verdict, they can file for an immediate expunction. But my client, if that judge refuses to sign that nollie, I now have to try this case. And what the state's saying, you know what, we'll just dismiss it anyway, but it can't get through, it can't go through. My client's subjected to a jury trial, and fine, we'll be ready. But we're not witch doctors. We can't see the future. You might lose that jury trial. Something might not go your way. Something might happen where you lose it, where that client could have walked out the door before this trial started, a free man. It's tough.
Yeah.
So from what I understand is there's many judges are doing that now too.
What?
Not signing nollies on the day of trial.
Yeah, and what I think that the judge's purpose for doing that is frustration with the state. But
sure, it is absolutely frustration with the state.
I just hope that they have put the thoughts into it to realize that the only person it really hurts is the one who has zero control over it, and that's the defendant.
Right.
So
right.
I think that there's other things that they could do to sanction the state without also sanctioning the defendant by refusing to sign a dismissal. I haven't experienced that. I haven't experienced that in Judge Wilson's court. I haven't had a trial day dismissal in Judge Wilson's court. I've had one trial. I was second chair in there, and we got a not guilty a few weeks ago. But all credit for that goes to Tiffany Hill. But I had actually with Jimmy Ardawan earlier this week, we had a trial setting on one of his cases, and
his was dumped.
Yeah, it was dumped on the day of trial, and the judge didn't bat an eyelash.
What court?
Court 3, Judge Hughes.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, good judge.
I've been in front of Judge Hughes. Good judge too.
She is.
So next, right behind Judge Wilson, is Judge Singer. Any experience?
Wait, so you're going in order of most trials?
Most trials. I'm just talking
Judge
about most trials.
Wilson's 29 is the most trials?
Judge Lee Wilson is 29 trials. Okay. As per Jeff Ross. I'm not this, and Jeff Ross is cool.
I had heard Singer was one of the top two. So what's his number?
Singer's is 20.
20. Mm-hmm. There's that much of a difference between number 1 and 2.
Well, it's kind of like how Jordan Lewis kicks everybody else's butt.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, fair enough, Jordan. But we'll get to that in a second.
By the way, Jordan Lewis.
I'm going to change my name. Hey, I am Jordan Lewis.
I'm Jordan Lewis.
I am Jordan Lewis. I am Jordan Lewis. Look, so Singer's next with 20. I haven't had a trial in front of him, but from what I hear and what I've seen, he's an exceptional judge. I
had a trial in front of him. If he's watching this or sees this, he won't be surprised by what I'm going to say. It was a little trying at times between Judge Singer and I, but the good thing is that we have a very, very, I think, strong mutual respect for each other that came from that trial. And I agree with you. He's a good judge. He's a very good judge.
I haven't tried it, and from my experiences in front of him, just from the bench, he runs his courtroom pretty well. I haven't had the experience. I'm looking forward to trying a case in his court. I haven't, but I don't know. If anyone,
just clarify if he's going to carry a suppression hearing with trial. Before you get into trial, ask him what he means by that, and make sure you're clear.
You mean make sure you're clear?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Yeah, it's true. Right behind that is Judge Andrew Wright. Andrew, Judge Wright, if you're watching, awesome. You know the horns fell from his bench. If you're not there, have you been to his bench and he has this like 12-foot massive longhorns?
I haven't seen those.
Because longhorns are awesome and they rock.
I've seen this bench belongs to the people of Harris County.
No, he put this huge longhorn. Yeah, but it fell.
Where, on the wall, on the bench?
Right behind the bench. So Judge Wright is sitting like this, and he has these huge horns like that.
I don't know why I missed this.
He's killing it. And this morning, that was me, Judge. It's like 5:30, 5 o'clock, I'm getting to the office. I'm driving in, and who do I see just running, exercising, running with his dog, Judge Wright.
Nice.
And I put the window down. I was like, Judge Wright, what's up? And he didn't, like, no.
Grabbed his piece.
Yeah, he's gonna grab. Yeah, there he grabbed his piece. Like, what? Who's this Mexican? It's me, Judge. Okay, that's the county judges. District judges. Judge Brian Warren with.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's killing it in the trials.
How many's he got?
14.
14 felony trials.
Felony trials.
Pretty big. He also took over the largest backload of cases in all of the courts, right? The 209th?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. He's killing it in his courtroom. Every time I see it his courtroom is run orderly. Mm-hmm. It's, you got to sit when there's a plea going on, which I respect that. I think that's great. He's always in trial. And he's approachable. So it's like, hey, Judge, I need to approach on this. I need to talk about a bond. I need to do this. I need to do that. Mm-hmm. He's been killing it over there.
Or even better, he's like, hey, do you need to approach me? I like going in there, you're right. I haven't seen it makes you sit. Does he do like McSpadden did? Like when a plea's going on, you have to stop what you're doing and sit down and you can't even get up and leave?
I usually just sit. I think the bailiff, maybe someone just said sit, and I was like, oh, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'll sit. Yes, sir. Next up is Judge Silverman.
Really?
With 13 trials, right behind Brian Warren. I have been put to trial in Judge Silverman's court at least 4 times.
3 of those 13 are you?
2 trial day. And they end up either dismissing or working out.
I see.
But when you are set in Judge Silverman's court, you better be ready.
Yeah.
You better be ready. You better be ready. I mean, it's a great court. I got a couple of cases in there that, hey, Judge, I'm not going away on those. I ain't going away, Judge. We got some heavy cases that are coming.
He's one of the judges that came with kind of mixed experiences, right? He's got some civil background and some criminal background.
From what I understand, and somebody online, correct me if I'm wrong about Judge Silverman.
Or call in 713-807-1794.
713-807-1794.
Yeah.
If you need cash money, call now. It's your money. Call now.
Yeah.
J.G. Wentworth, isn't it? Yeah. Anyways, 713-807-1794. Kay Farrell just commented that, Judge Warren granted a speedy trial motion on a bond client.
Nice.
It's nice.
Bond client.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice. What were we talking about?
Judge Silverman. Come correct. His background.
Come correct.
And
so
he heard from somebody something.
He has some Corpus background, Corpus Christi. Mm-hmm. I'm a fellow Corpus Christian. Lived a little bit of my life there. Have a whole lot of family there. It's a good town. From what I understand, he has some history there. That's about all I know.
Oh, okay.
And then I think he worked on civil and maybe some criminal as well.
Yeah.
I will say that he came in, and I think he knew it as well, as kind of somewhat of an outsider to the Harris County criminal defense or the defense bar, kind of as a stranger. I don't think very many people knew him, but I think that he's proven to come in and say, hey, this is my bench, this is my court, and this is how I'm going to run it.
And he seems to know what he's doing, right?
And right, and he's approachable as well, and you approach him and he's going to tell you here's the balls, here's the strikes, and I think he does a good job at that.
Yeah, he's 183rd, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't had a case in there. I've been in there a couple times.
It's good. It's real good. What else? So who's next? Next up is Judge Robert Johnson, who is up for election now.
Oh, really?
Yes. I believe, I could be mistaken, but Kate Welch is running against him.
That's right.
She has a different last name. I apologize. I'm completely respectful, but I think he's drawn an opponent.
For the primary?
For the primary. Hey, we got a phone call. Let's talk about the primaries too that are coming up. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Phone call. Caller, you there?
Yes, I am, and I'm a young prosecutor that recently handled it was an assault case. A husband accused of assaulting his wife, and the wife came in and told us that he actually didn't assault her. And so, we didn't want to turn that information over to the defense, but then during trial, the defense started screaming about something called a Rady rule. But I never heard of no Rady rule. I was going to see if you guys might have some insight on that.
So the caller, the Brady rule, yes. And so Brady says you have to.
Brady's a Supreme Court case.
Brady's a Supreme Court case that says, hey, look, government, you got to give us everything that might or could be, or just give us everything you got. It's really anything that's exculpatory or potentially exculpatory. I think Youngblood expounded on it.
Exculpatory, impeachment, or mitigation.
All of it. Give it.
Well,
oh,
that
no,
just doesn't make any sense, and that's not what we're taught.
I'm not surprised.
Hey, what admin do you hail from?
Well, I'm not at liberty to discuss.
Liberty, huh?
Hey,
Speaking of Liberty County, the district attorney got arrested down here.
Caller, you've been
a little closer than Liberty.
Caller, tell me, you've been to trial at all? I mean, you got any comments on anything we've talked about so far?
Well, not particularly what y'all talked about, but I'll say this. I'll say I keep getting these things called like Martin discovery requests, and we're just taught to stick those in the file, and just when defense attorneys give them to us, we just ask them, well, what are you looking for?
Hey,
instead of actually reading the document.
Last I checked, you were obligated under the Texas and United States Constitution and the gods of law to give us everything you got and give the people a fair trial. Last I checked. And darn it, if I tell you to go get the darn MDTs, you better go get the darn MDTs.
Well, I don't think Martin says that.
What do you think it says?
Well, I didn't read it, but I don't think it says that.
Well, go look at 3914 Section A, start there, and it says that basically we get everything that you guys have got.
All right,
Caller.
caller.
told us we don't have to do that.
Caller, we're going to hang up on you now.
This is not an educational episode, but Brady versus Maryland just says that anything the state has in its possession, and it's a broad definition of state, right? It can be police officers. The prosecutor doesn't even have to know that somebody else has it. Anything that goes to lessen punishment, that's mitigation. Anything that goes to impeach any of the credibility of any of the witnesses that the state's going to call, or anything that goes to be shown to be exculpatory or exculpate the guilt, lessen the guilt of the defendant, or even remove the guilt of the defendant, has to be turned over to the defense. And that actually came about because of violations, the Michael Morton Act, not the Martin Law, but the Michael Morton Act came about in 2015, passed in 13, effective in 14, because of Brady violations. So it all comes full circle thanks to the caller.
Caller, thank you for anyone else want to call in? 713-807-1794. It's the last show of the year. Give us a buzz right on Facebook.
Top fives.
Top fives. So right now, next on the list is Judge Chris Morton with 12 trials. It's actually, they're tied, through a tie. Judge Johnson, Judge Morton, Judge Roll, 12 apiece. I've been in front of Judge Morton. You know what, Judge Morton, look, the discovery order you have is the template that everyone should follow.
Does he sign it?
Yes, you just put it in the queue.
Does it cover 3914A?
It covers everything.
And it's not what anybody should be using.
No, yes, I am of the opinion that you file your Morton. You can file your Morton request separately. I put it in my discovery. It's a discovery notice and request, and it's an order, and it has teeth. Because Morton, you redo the Morton request. It's coming in right before trial. Someone comes up, and they're like, Judge, I didn't get any notice of this. Well, the state's going to say the remedy is more time. But if you can fall on the back end and say, nah, Judge, I got this Morton request and I have your order that says this has to be produced within this amount of time, and if not, screw them.
Oh, so his order gives deadlines that the Morton provide.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
solid deadlines.
I'm good with that then.
It's great. It's great.
But
it's good.
But his order doesn't say, because I've been given this order, an order from other judges that says this order supersedes and replaces any previous requests or orders. And I've told judges, I think one was in Judge Jones's court, that I can't file this as it is because I've made my request timely a year ago or 8 months ago. If I do this now and it supersedes that, now I'm maybe not making a timely request. So have you looked at Morton's? Does it?
I don't think it's I don't think it supersedes. I have looked at it, but I don't think that superseding language is in there. I like it. What I do is I just file it, pop right in the beginning, and let it sit. And then I think there's a provision in there that says that if you need specific orders, you can file those.
Yeah.
And have hearings on them or whatever, and get that relief.
I'm gonna go get a copy of that and take a look at it.
It's good.
I'm always looking to improve my motions practice.
And right behind, tied for the most third place for the most trials is Judge Randy Roll.
I haven't had any trials in there.
He's pulled an opponent too. I think Adam Martinez is. Judge Roll is Judge Roll. Everybody loves their good old Judge Roll. Everybody has a Judge Roll story. It's totally cool. I will say that don't mess around in his court. Mm-hmm. If it's trial time, it's trial time.
If it's hearing time.
If it's hearing time.
Anything.
It's game time. Every time in that court, it's game time. And so better be ready. Let's see if anybody said anything on Facebook. Everybody's just watching. Nobody wants to say anything. Okay, fine.
Looky lose.
Look, so trial wins for prosecutors. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tied for 7. You know who beats all of them?
Jordan Lewis.
I am Jordan Lewis. No, some of them they're pretty darn good prosecutors.
There's 6 prosecutors tied for 7th place.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 tied. There's 6 prosecutors with 7 trial wins.
Oh, that's first place?
First place. 6-way tie for first place.
What's the number on the defense side?
Jordan Lewis just destroys everybody.
Which is what?
10. Jordan Lewis is 10.
And then what's the number 2?
There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. There's a 5-way tie for 2.
Which is what?
Carlos Rodriguez, incredible lawyer.
How many? What's
number? Oh, for 5.
5.
Yeah, Jordan Lewis.
5-way tie for 5.
He has 2. He has literally twice as many. But keep in mind, you got to realize, this is just the Jeff roster.
Dang, so the state's up on us.
I would like
42 to 35.
Jeff, if you're watching, I would like a total number of, wins on the prosecution trial, total number of wins from the defense. Just total, just total quantity.
Yeah, you could do guilty versus not guilty.
Right. Yeah. I think that would be great.
That'd be good.
That'd be real good. That would be amazing, I think.
Is that so far his statistics over a year or
that's the 2000 as of today, 2019.
I thought Jordan had done more trials had gotten more trial. I guess I'm thinking about some of it because Jeff also only covers Harris County. So when Jordan wins in other counties and stuff, that's going on.
And that doesn't take into account other people who win in other counties too. Because I think I've won like 7. I got like 7 or 8 not guilties in Nacogdoches County.
Dude,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I saw Jordan arguing a motion for new trial. No, a writ of habeas corpus in a county court, where his client was charged with DWI 3rd in Fort Bend, and they got the county court judge in Harris County to vacate a conviction for IAC on a prior DWI that made the one in Fort Bend the third.
Oh, nice.
So the judge granted it after a lot of deliberations and hearing from all the parties, and then Jordan got to file a motion to quash in Fort Bend, and they graciously just dismissed it and refiled his.
Speaking of
Apparently that was the second time that man has done that recently.
Jordan Lewis,
Yeah.
I once heard Jordan Lewis jumped over the Empire State Building in a single bound.
No. It was Sears Tower.
It's a Sears Tower, pardon me. Speaking of judges doing extraordinary things this year, Judge Wright fined the district attorney's office.
Yeah,
Or fined him or
about
issued a
time.
sanction. I'm not quite sure what we'd call. I didn't read it.
Yeah, it's about time.
What happened? If somebody knows,
It's still going on.
I mean, I think there was a mandamus or something,
Yeah,
or
I think it's working its way through some other courts. But from what I understand from this, and that also I think involved Jordan Lewis, not me or you, the other Jordan Lewis.
I am Jordan Lewis.
That's how we should refer to him, as the other Jordan Lewis.
I am Jordan Lewis.
But yeah, he.
Hey, we got a phone call.
Oh, really?
Hey, caller, what's up?
Please make me stop talking.
Hey, is this JV?
It's JV. Who's this?
Concerned citizen. Want to know? I love the fact you've got 2 not guilties this week. Can you explain those?
Okay, the first one,
You got 3 not guilties this week?
I got
2.
2 not guilties.
Easy
In like 2 not guilties in like 2 years, really. And then even let me say, so the first one, nobody showed up, and then the second one,
The prosecution showed up, right?
no, nobody showed up. Nobody showed up, one by default, and then the second one, it was jury, like, nobody showed up again. And I won them both.
What?
Yeah, hey, caller, what's up?
Is this your brother?
Hello?
This JV?
Hello?
This is one of the
Caller, are
JVs?
you there?
This is one of the other
You're
JVs.
just killing it, man. You're
Oh,
killing it.
thank you, brother. Thank you. Talk to us about one of your most memorable moments of 2019. We're trying to do top 5s here.
I think it's got to be the announcement of Todd Overstreet to become the new DA.
Let's talk about the
All
new
right.
talk about the DA race. It's been
There's enough in there where we could almost do a top 5 DA candidates.
so. Let's ask you, the caller, and our host, and the people on Facebook, who's gonna win the DA race. Let's bring it out. So we have Adia Jones.
You do?
We have
This is the Democratic primary.
Todd Overstreet, Democrat primary. We have Carvana, I think. Carvana Cloud.
Cloud.
We have Kim Ogg. Anyone else? Am I missing anybody?
There is one more.
I saw one did you see the, she's a female who put in for the Harris County District Attorney's Office. Apparently she's from Montgomery County.
Somebody just did announce. Yep.
Yeah, nobody knows who she is, except people know who she is, but when she put in here, people were like, who's that?
So do you guys think the Republicans have a chance?
Okay, there is a way. There is a way.
What do you think?
We don't have straight party ticket voting anymore in Texas. So if the Republicans get out a strong candidate for a mid-level race like district attorney.
Who do they're literally running somebody not from this county. I don't know who else is running.
That person from Montgomery County is running as a
As
Republican?
a Republican.
I thought I heard that Dan Simons was going to be.
Dude, that would be awesome. Dan, if you're running for the Harris County Republican ticket for Harris County District Attorney, dude, why don't we tag him? We need to tag Dan.
I haven't heard that from Dan, and it's been a couple months or maybe a month since I heard that rumor, but I don't know if there's anything to that or not.
Hey, did you where you at? Over here. Hey, did you hear Dan Simons is running for the Harris County District Attorney seat on the Republican ticket?
Really?
God, I heard it first.
Serious?
No, I'm serious. Okay, so caller, you
Do
still
you guys
there?
have anyone you want to back?
As far as backing,
The show can't back anyone, but JV might be able to.
no, well, this is
individually.
what I think. I think Todd this is the general. This is just JV Velas talking about what he hear. We'll call it the ears on the ground. Todd, I think, is the familiar defense dark horse that everybody loves, everybody likes, great reputation, been around forever. Kind of the defense wants to go for. Wants that'd be the Cinderella story. Adia Jones was put out. She came in early, and she's been killing it on campaigning. We hope to have her on our show. I think she presents a very, if she organizes and gets communities together, I think do not count her out. I think she's a very viable and strong opponent for anyone. She used to play Division I basketball for college. And I say that in the sense of like, you have to have a certain mindset and a certain abilities to be able to do those things. I will say, within the district attorney's office currently, she's not a favorite at all. She's just not, because I think some of it is things that we don't know about. I think some of it is that Adia, with her age, that she's about the same age as, and maybe even a little bit younger, of district court chiefs. She's probably older, the same age as most district court chiefs. There's obviously some people in the organization that are older than her. But the idea that Adia appear is going to be their boss, I think turns a lot of the office off internally. I do.
So it's like a jealousy thing.
I think it's a little.
Can y'all get Kim on the show?
We're going to ask for Kim on the show.
We actually already extended
Needs
the
to be there.
invitation. She's been on twice before. And she's always got an open invitation to come on our show, and the invitation has been sent.
I think Carvana is the inside house favorite, but I don't think that I don't know how tied into the communities she is, and I don't know if she's being backed by any big political names. Right. I don't know.
Who do you think has a bigger pulling within the office? The incumbent, Kim Ogg, or Carvana Cloud?
I think within the office, it's a 50-50 split that people will support. I'm not in the office. This is all me just talking a bunch of jive.
BS.
This is total jive. I think within the office, people support Carvana over Kim Ogg.
Agreed.
You think so?
I think so.
I think so also. See, it's just the ear. Caller, we're going to let you go. Let others come. Thank you for calling.
Thanks, man.
10 minutes? What? That's not right. We've only been out here for 10 minutes.
Okay, so Wanagiri, hey Juan, says that Mary Nan Huff is the former MoCo assistant district attorney. Oh, and is now the Houston Police Office HPOU lawyer. So yeah, she represents the union, the cops. I think Judge Wright used to do something similar. I'm not saying that's what he did, but But that in that scenario, interesting. I don't know.
She's running on the Republican team.
On the Republican side. I don't know if there's any other Republican challengers. If anybody knows.
Well, that's not the. No disrespect to Ms. Huff. That's not necessarily the kind of name that I was thinking that would pull out enough voters to.
Well, that might be what the Republican Party thinks they need. Somebody to bring in from the outside that nobody really knows, and they just
run against Kim Ogg.
Run against, and she's from Montgomery County, so it's, I'm Montgomery County, I'm tough on crime, I like to, kill it and put people down, whatever. A good friend of mine from law school, Vince, is running for judge. He's from Montgomery County. You know Vince, right? Vincenzo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's running for judge up there.
In MoCo?
Yeah. I know, right?
On which party's ticket?
The Republican.
Oh, okay.
It's just as wild as Brian Acklin running as a Democrat. I'm kidding, bro, but for real, everybody's like, dude's a Republican. I love Brian. I think he'd make a good judge because as a prosecutor, he sucked.
Thank you.
Okay? The dude was just, God.
I'm so glad when he left.
Yeah. God, thank you. I used to get a case, and I used to wait till Brian left. And then, but on the defense side, Brian, you've really turned it around. The guy fights for his cases. The guy gets not guilty. The guy kicks ass in court. He fights with the judges. He fights with it's good. So I think that's cool.
It's just fun to see that, that smirk he has that I used to get all the time when he was a prosecutor. Now I get to sit back and watch him give it to younger DAs, and I feel a little bit better about myself now.
I agree. In fact, I've even said when Brian's kicking some young DA's butt all over the court or something, I used to say, I said something like, you should have seen him when he was a prosecutor. He terrible, man. But
It
anyway,
made our lives hell.
hell, good hell. I mean, it
Yeah,
made me a sharp advocate.
Terrible prosecutors for us usually mean they're very good at what they do and they make our lives hard.
So getting back to the DA race, so then we have Kim Ogg.
Yeah.
Supposedly, I guess she's still backed with the money. I don't know. People say that she don't have the money and backing like she used to. People say she does.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't made a decision on who I'm supporting on this. I will say one thing, and I've been meaning to kind of say this to Todd, and I hope it isn't bad that I say it on TV instead of to personally. But the only thing I've been thinking about his appearance on here a few weeks ago is it just sort of felt like his theme is going to be make the Harris County DA's office great again.
It's terrible.
And
It's absolutely terrible.
I'm just like, I just want to kind of be like, maybe don't be so nostalgic about the times that particularly Democrats don't remember fondly in Harris County. But anyway.
Caller, where you at?
JV, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, dude? Who's this?
Hey, this is an anonymous caller. I wanted to do favorites with you guys. You still on that?
Yeah, let's do a favorite, brother. Come on.
All right, man. You guys hit top 5 favorite Harris County misdemeanor prosecutors. I'll hang up and listen.
Oh. Dude, is this my man from Florida?
5?
Is this my man from Florida? Or is this, dude? Everybody wants to know how you left, bro. Because there's all kinds of rumors going on. I mean, if this is the actual caller, top 5 prosecutors in Harris County. This is good. We got
Misdemeanor.
misdemeanor. We got well, let's do both misdemeanor and felonies.
You got time.
Yeah, they're all nice. They're all good.
No.
I don't know.
I have this rash of ones who won't like look up from their computer when I'm talking to them.
Well, it's because you got to command, Justin.
I try everything. I
gotta
try
command.
commanding. I try like getting down at their level and like sitting next to them. I try like making a joke before I say something. Like, hey, good morning. How are you? And I don't even get a response to that. And I'm really getting sick of that. Like I'm really getting sick of the lack of professionalism and just common courtesy by some of these younger prosecutors. So I'm glad the question was not like least favorite. But
Let's put it this way. Okay, so when Devin Anderson left, there was a big clean out. I don't want to call it clean out because some of the people that are now defense attorneys, a lot of them, I think they're good. Brian Ackland's one of them. Nathan Hennigan's one of them. I think they're killer
she
attorneys.
didn't let Brian go, did she?
Brian was let go when Kim Ogg came in.
I thought, oh.
I correct me if I'm wrong, Brian.
Brian left on his
Let's
own.
tag him and see what's going on. But what I'm saying is, do you see a difference with the attitudes on how they're approaching prosecuting humans?
No.
They're still the government, still coming strong.
They don't. They don't understand. The training is just lacking in that office. I mean,
let's talk about the attitude. Let's talk about attitudes. Okay, body cam.
Actually, you have a disc with 10 body cams on it, and each one's 2 hours long. And the prosecutors file a business records affidavit, and then when the trial comes around, they just stand there and like, Judge, this time state offer states 1. We have the business records affidavit, and I'm like, no, this.
What's that?
20 hours of videos coming in? Absolutely not. Like, well, I have a business records affidavit. Like, the business records affidavit just makes the item self-authenticating. It doesn't make it automatically admissible. They don't seem to understand that.
I will say that I have seen. I think young lawyers will always be young lawyers and suck. I do. Because you're a young lawyer. What are you going to do?
So you don't think it's anything about them? You think they'll
learn. I mean, they're going to figure it out because they're going to get their ass beat by me or by you or by I am Jordan Lewis or by Mark Deason or by David Ryan or Anthony Osso or all the killer David. Yeah, or the judges. They're going to have their. What I have seen is which is great. The new judges that came in, this them sweep. Most of them are like enough of the shenanigans. Put up or shut up, know what you're doing, or we're going to suppress this evidence, or you're not going to be able to get into this, or you're not going to be given what you want. I think that has happened, which I'm very happy about. But as far as the attitudes, I think that they're still the government, I'm still the defense, right? But I do think that their attitudes have changed. In other words, I still think it's hostile. I still think it's an advocacy system. But I do think that there's a difference between the old guard and the new guard.
DAs?
Yeah, old DAs and the new ones, because it's just I think it is different. I think when Kim Ogg cut the head off and let the new grow, they're still prosecutors, okay? And make no mistake about it, I will take you defense ready every day. I do think there's a difference, though. I do.
All right.
We got 3 minutes left. What's going on here? Anybody online? Anybody want to say anything?
Can I throw out a top?
Yeah, throw out
topic?
topic. We got 3 minutes.
Top 5 hairsprays. Ready? Go.
Give it to me. All right, here we go. Ready? This is for all you. It's for everyone. Yeah, this is for everyone. There you go.
There you go.
There it is. There it is.
So Tresemme.
There it is. I'm sure you'd love it.
Is Tresemme number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for you?
No.
Are you a suave guy?
No. Okay. Let's
Now
do.
you want to know why I wanted that.
Let's do top. We got 3 minutes. Top 5. Where are we at?
I'm not answering the caller's question about my 5 favorite misdemeanor prosecutors, because then they will either not be my favorites anymore or they will go somewhere
Let's
else.
put it this way: top 5 humans in the courthouse, prosecutors, defense, or judges that you feel have inspired you in some way and will to close 2019 in a good way. It could be defense attorney, prosecutor, or judge. We got 2 minutes. Or like a theme.
You know who I'm? Okay, honestly, I think I'm really impressed with Judge Genesis Draper in Court 12. She didn't run for that bench. She was asked to do it and has had a long career as a public defender, literally serving the public at the lowest levels. Mm-hmm. And she was passionate and very good at that, did federal and state court in different jurisdictions around the country. And then she stepped up and took on this judgeship when she was asked. She's become a leader on the bench, and she's been very methodical. She's not one side or the other. I've tried a case in front of her, 1 or 2, and all of her rulings, I was like, even the ones I didn't like, I didn't disagree with, you know? So, and she is really big on everyone who's involved in this system doing what your duty is, or she says, staying in your lane. And that's something that I've tried to adopt in my own office and with my clients, with prosecutors, and I think that I've been impressed with her. There's a lot of people. That list could go on for a lot longer. I don't want to continue to name people because I don't want to seem like I don't want to leave somebody off. But I think that Draper is great. She's done really well.
Quickly, because it's start wrap, I would say the most memorable thing that comes most immediate to mind is the wrap up of the bail lawsuit. And finally,
but you said pick a person.
I said pick a person or like a theme.
Oh.
I would say that the first thing that comes to mind, that's the thing that we have seen for years, as long as I've been a lawyer, 10 years. I've been a lawyer 10 years in November.
Yeah.
You too? Somewhere around there. But I have seen this system of oppression go on and on and on, and I predicted that they're gonna start getting their trials. And so what's happened is that the defense has been stepping up. We've been kicking butt. We've been doing it, seeking justice, fighting every day in the court. And with that, 2019, I think the bail reform, slam dunk, Super Bowl, that's where it is. I think for me, that's what it is.
Oh yeah,
It's supposed to wrap now.
If I didn't know we could pick an inanimate object or a case.
Well, that's why you
I'd
gotta.
agree with that.
That's why you got to think out of the box,
You
Jay.
set- you
gotta
set the
think out of the
question.
box.
You
Out
set
of
the box.
You know, out of the box.
All right.
With that being said, friends, family, colleagues,
Prosecutors.
colleagues.
Prosecutors.
Thank you for an amazing 2019 from all of us at Reasonable Doubt. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful time, and it's time to go to all the parties. I hope it's great. With that being said, from Harris County Criminal Lawyers Association, Justin Harris, say goodbye.
See you next year.
Adios, amigos.